by the State Department of Aging, and they selected five area agencies on aging to provide this training to first. Obviously, when you're rolling out a new program, you want to find the best places to roll it out to first to work out any kinks, make sure it's successful, and demonstrate, how it's going to be a positive effect on the community. Indiana County was the first county that they came to. They rolled it out here, and I think that speaks volumes to what our aging services has done, continues to do for Indiana County.
Why did they choose, though, Indiana County? What were the factors that went into it?
Well, I think one of the first factors is our executive director there, Janine Moust, who, she went to a training, or she went to a program on this in the middle of last year for the state, where all the executive directors are there. They're rolling out what the program was. And from the time she left the training to the time she got back here to Indiana County, we already had a conversation. She explained the program. She explained the excitement about it. She has staff in place that has been there for a long time, that does great work, has a lot of great experience. And I think because of where they're at in our elder abuse task force, where they're at in providing those services, they're already at the top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're rolling out a new program, finding that agency that's already at the top of their game helps make it an ideal location to start rolling out the statewide program here.
Really highlights the importance of attending these events where you're going to get yourself before the people who are making decisions on whether big programs are going to come to your area or not. And Janine must have done a fantastic job of presenting and representing Indiana County.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I mean, she has those relationships in the field of aging. She's been working there for a good amount of time, has a very good reputation around the state for the work that she does and the work that the team she has around her and what they do. And then you expand that out, the relationship that I have with aging services through the Elder Abuse Task Force. They were one of the first people I met with when I took office. Mm-hmm. And I even worked with the Elder Abuse Task Force back when my family moved back to town in 2012, because I had worked with Elder Abuse Task Force in my previous career as a prosecutor on the eastern side of the state. I know the great work they do. So it really is the great work we're doing here was seen by the state. They recognized that we're an ideal location to roll out this new program to show other counties around the state how it's done.
All right, so let's get into the bones of it. Now, how will the program be implemented, and how does the Elder Abuse Task Force in Indiana County function in this whole new endeavor?
So the multidisciplinary program, the components are bringing together every different field. See, traditionally we look at compartmentalizing items. A case should be done in the criminal justice system. This should be done in that system. What we're doing is trying to bring all those systems together in a more efficient and more effective way to address cases. We're already doing that. This training is going to allow us to do it in much more complex cases and much more in-depth. So we're going to be able to deal with cases that maybe before, resource-wise, we really didn't have, and we needed to rely on some statewide agencies. But we're going to bring that here, that we can deal with that in-house.
Mm-hmm. Many times, elder abuse can be defined in a lot of different ways. One of those ways is through people directly affecting and trying to do harm. Sometimes it's through just neglect or maybe misappropriation. You can constitute abuse in a lot of different ways, can't you?
Sure can. And abuse and elder abuse doesn't always result in criminal charges, but there's a lot of ways in which our older Pennsylvanians can be abused. You look at financial exploitation. You have a person who's a power of attorney that takes an older Pennsylvanian's money and uses it for their own benefit instead of for that person's health and welfare. Mm-hmm. You're talking about neglect, where you're not giving them proper food, proper nutrition, proper care. You're looking at emotional abuse. You're looking at a number of abuses and neglects that can happen across the spectrum. Only a small portion of them result in criminal charges, but a lot of those abuses need to be addressed and need to be taken care of. Our older Pennsylvanians deserve to live with dignity and respect, and deserve to live in a way where they are not being abused in any fashion.
I'm sure that at the event yesterday, you heard many things that you had already heard before and were prepared to hear again and maybe get some more detail on. Were there anything said, or was there anything said that maybe surprised you a bit about statistically what's happening in Indiana County or the region, or programs that might be available that we had never thought of before? Were there things there that surprised even you?
I really wasn't surprised by anything. Being working so in depth with our elder abuse task force and having done so for a number of years, there really wasn't something that really surprised me. And really, if anything, the thing that did not surprise me whatsoever was we sent one email out to our elder abuse task force. These are all the members, our government officials, our commissioners, our sheriff, our law enforcement partners, the financial institutions, the banks, all our local banks that are members of the task force, all the different care agencies. We sent that out and filled the room, and have the state officials come in and noted that, they're used to going out around Pennsylvania and to a lot of these different events, and they see maybe the room's not as full. We were able to fill that room, and it was not a difficult task at all. And that doesn't surprise me. The members of our task force care about the mission of protecting the older Pennsylvanians here in Indiana County. And to no surprise to anyone in Indiana County, that room is full of folks committed to that mission.
Let's talk about how the Elder Abuse Task Force is constituted in Indiana and how it operates. You just said that there are so many different agencies and organizations that are a part of it. What's the meeting schedule like? How are those meetings conducted? How do they find answers to the many problems?
So our task force meets on a quarterly basis. We have one main event that we usually do in the beginning of May. We've been doing it at the YMCA. They've been gracious to give us the space. We have anywhere from 100 to 150 older Pennsylvanians in Indiana County come there. We have speakers from around the state. We've had the United States Postal Service. We've had the Department of Aging, the Attorney General's office. They come there and speak about different frauds and way to protect yourself from scams, the way to protect yourselves in different manners. Maria Jack, our recorder of deeds, has been there to talk about how you can protect your property with a free scam notification out of her office. We bring agencies around to have vendor tables to give out free information. So we have that main event in May. Then every month, our task force has members that go out to all of our senior centers throughout Indiana County. And we talk to them about scams. We talk to them about any issue of the day, of what they can be protected, the services that are out there, not only in law enforcement, but with our aging services, with our banks, with all of our partners in the task force. We can also meet in an ad hoc manner if there's a case that we need to meet for. We can certainly get together at any time and meet there. And then that's on top of the cases that are reviewed at Aging Services.
With this new approach announced yesterday at the KCAC, how is it going to be instituted? How often are we going to see events held that will help the various agencies involved?
Well, we're gonna see a lot more case management and a lot more multidisciplinary team meetings that are going to happen on a consistent basis with all of these partners in Indiana County and the state to be able to get into those more complex cases that we were really not able to get into as much as we would like to before because of resources.
And as a leader in this, Indiana County, I would assume, would then be put into the position where it can offer assistance to other counties that surround us that might not have as strong an elder abuse task force or whatever their particular county's structure is, and can offer training to them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Indiana County is going to be a leader in the state that is going to be able to offer those trainings, are going to be able to offer those phone consultations to areas that want to improve what they're doing. Just like anything else, certain counties are stronger in certain things and could use improvement in other things. And we rely on our partners throughout the state. When we want to improve something, we reach out to the people that are doing that best. We're going to be a leader in elder abuse investigations and treatments, in reducing fraud and reducing abuse and neglect. And we look to be a leader in the state when it comes to that.
Indiana County District Attorney Bob Manzi with us this morning. I bet you and all of those folks who were there yesterday feel a whole lot better about the way we treat our seniors, to those who are aging, and those who are in much more vulnerable positions than others might be in our society after yesterday's event.
Oh, absolutely. And as you know, with these events, this is something that's been going on in the backdrop for about 6 months to a year, so we had a lot of preparation for the event. Yesterday's event was that culmination with the announcement to the county, what we're doing. And it's just such a great way to kick off the new year, knowing we're going to be able to provide those enhanced services to the members of our county.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations to everybody involved in yesterday's announcement, and looking forward to even more protections for our aging population here in Indiana County and around as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
He's Bob Manzi, Indiana County District Attorney. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Now, the White Township folks are getting together this morning, the folks with the Planning Commission. It's a planning meeting. And so Josh is actually there this morning because we received a notification that there are some interesting agenda items that we'll talk about with Matt on the news in just a couple of moments. And then Josh will break to us exactly what he finds out at that meeting, which is just going to be getting underway in moments. It is Indiana in the Morning on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Westwood One Sports next.